What is going on, everybody? Welcome to WBG Xbox Podcast, episode 122. Yo, check this out, y'all. It's the day after the Xbox Bethesda Games Showcase, and of course, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about, some of the individual games, our ups, our downs, our who cares, things like that. And we're going to have a fun show today because we have a very special guest. I know you guys know who it is. He's here. He usually joins us once a year. He's a busy man. He's very popular. People always ask him, "Hey man, can you come on my show? Can you come on my show?" And he's fresh off of his own show, and he took the time out to still come on our show. So I want to say, what's up to Round There Thor? How you doing, my man? Thanks for stopping by.
Hey, thanks for having me, Dirt. It's nice to be here with you guys on our traditional Monday after podcast that we've been doing for a couple years now. So it's always fun to hang with you guys. So I really don't know that many people's opinions on the show. So I don't know who liked it, who didn't like it, who hated it, who loved it. So I'm very interested in seeing what you guys thought about it.
Absolutely, man. We're going to get into that shortly. But hey, let me give a shout out to my homeboy from the UK, my main man, Sean786. What is up, Sean? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, player. How you been?
I'll be pretty good, man. Everything is it's the day after, so you watch the show again in 4K.
In 4K, yeah. Definitely makes a difference watching in 4K. That's one thing I used to love about Mixer. The quality was just up there. But it's a shame, like I said, it's a 1080p 60 stream, pixelated at times as well sometimes. But guys, listen, we're gonna have a great show. Ramsey as well. We can talk about the goods, the laws, what we didn't like on the show. And like I said to the PlayStation guys, never say never. Kojima, baby. Let's go hit that like button.
I never say never. Before I go to the rest of the panel, let me get these super chats. First on my boy, Justin Mars. He just dropped the $5. And he did this pre-show. So thank you, Justin Mars, for being supportive, man. I truly appreciate you. Next on my boy, Mandingo McThickens with the $5. He said, why does the pic of the person behind Kojima look like one of the Jackson 5? What you talking about their logo? What you talking about their logo? I'm not sure, bro. Mandingo with another $2. It must be Tito Jackson. Hey man, why y'all talking about Tito?
I think they're talking about you, man.
What?
Oh shit!
I don't have an afro. Six Slayer with the $5 got an hour and a half ride home. Just the show I wanted to watch. TTS guys, watch your salt intake. True believers, it's cheap and abundant. Yeah, man, we gonna try to watch our salt intake today, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. Jiu-Jitsu 50 with the $10. Ponies want to talk about Starfield's graphics, and I go straight to Forza spanking the hell out of GT7. Oh yeah, man, definitely. I think Starfield looks good, so I don't know why it looks like a Bethesda game to me. I mean, I don't know what. Profit with the $2. Never say never. Ponies.
Never say
exactly, bro. Never say never. And a lot of them guys said Kojima would never work with Xbox.
Never. Persona's never coming to Xbox.
Oh, that's another one, man. Absolutely
never
right.
Coming to PC.
Alex with the $2. Just order a 70-inch LG C1 to play Pentiment. Can't wait. Okay, Alex. We see you, bro.
It's 78. It must be a 77.
Oh man.
It's funny. So Joey, what's going on with you, bro? How you doing?
Before I say anything, I just want a moment of silence for GT7. Okay, that's good. I'm good. I was supposed to have a video earlier today, but the fucking render went to shit. And other than that, I'm in the hangover of the show. I rewatched it in 4K. I changed a little bit of my opinions, and other things just stayed the same. But other than that, I'm good, man. I'm good.
All right, sounds good to me. My boy, Hyperfang Game, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I went over the show again in 4K. Looks amazing. So I'm just ready to talk about all the games, man.
All right.
I'm excited.
We will do that shortly. R&B, what's going on with you, bro?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling amazing. I missed the show, sadly, due to some obligations, so I didn't get to see Joey and y'all's meltdown live on air. But I'm back now. I heard some good news. And I heard we stole Sony's girl. Oh!
All righty. All right, guys. With that being said, let me give a special shout out to the members before we start the show. Excuse me. Onyx, my boy Rayo, Maurice Branch, MK Michael 001, Ray Ray, drink of water, Omi Tony, Jigga J, Tony's Channel, Emmanuel A1, Phantom Kraken, Elusive Maze, Brutal Enigma, Stone King X, Dan Lazaro, Dragonheart Yobi, what's up, my brother? Scrub Nurse, Mario 187, Leighton Manny, Hector the Macho Man, ooh yeah, only on Xbox, D Skills Ace Town, Jordan Mace, Cococho 8, Band Mondays, Chio Walker, Gamer by Choice, Eternal Sadai, Sean 786, Dut, Mace, like Mass Erect, Daily Warrior 83, Two Man 55, my boy Bontimon, Raiden Blade, Lord Starkiller XSX01, Mandingo Maythickens, A. Rodimus, Justin March, Pong Soul, Kendrick Starr, The Angry Therapist MD, Gears of Truth, my Detroit brother, The Blue One, Hassan Abazayed, Rulio 44, Chill Carlos, Potion Sword Run, Hyperfane Gaming, and my boy Dut. Good old Dut. Thank you guys for being members. And you know what? It is time to get to this show. Now, we live streamed yesterday. Everybody and their mom live streamed yesterday. Ran live stream, Iron Lords, everybody live streamed. Xbox Bethesda Games Showcase is obviously a huge show. All eyes is on Xbox yesterday. And initially, I thought the show was okay. I gave it like a 7. Watched it again in 4K. It got a little bit, better to me. Well, at first I gave it a 6.5. Then I watched it again in 4K. I gave it a 7. So, of course, I want to get everybody's opinion about this. There were some polls out there. Jeff Keighley put out a poll, and over 110,000 people voted on this poll, and the poll was positive.
That guy, man, Jeff Keighley, people may not like him in
I like Jeff
certain things, but I don't mind Jeff Keighley, but that guy's got a lot of pull.
Absolutely, man. So over 110,000 people voted, and it was positive. It was A and B was the most pick options, I should say. And I think that a lot of the hating maybe is from some Xbox folks that was, I think sometimes, now this is just my opinion, right, before I go to Rand and the rest of the panel, this is just my opinion. I think sometimes when you have some diehard Xbox folks that indulge, they're involved in the console war, I think sometimes they want Xbox to just kill everything, every single show, because they want ammunition for the console war. Now, that's just me. This is my thinking. But when you sit back and you watch the show wasn't amazing. No, it wasn't. I think 2021 was a little better in my opinion, but it was definitely better than 2019, right? In 2020, that's definitely how I feel. So I think that the show, they focus on 12 months. And I'm going to ask Rand, first off, what do you think about the show and your opinion on the whole 12-month thing? Did that hurt the show slightly?
Well, I guess it depends on your perspective. If you were wanting like further out announcements, it probably hurt the show for you, right? Like, because if you're focusing strictly on the next year, there's only can be so many announcements from first party, especially when we know first party is extremely light, right? There wasn't going to be a lot this year. Here's the thing. Like, I think I rated the show like a B-. Watching it in 4K again probably raised it up to a B. I thought it was a good show. I didn't think it was a great show. I didn't think it was a bad show. I thought last year's was better. But I do really appreciate this format and this presentation. Like, I would prefer the gameplay. Like, I actually like that because that's what actually gets me excited about something. CGI trailers, it's kind of like, it's like the gameplay what is what gets me really hyped. I almost feel like this show would have been better, or this format rather would have been better served next year when they have more games they could potentially show rather than this year. So I think that kind of was a tonal whiplash. Normally Xbox, they'll announce things super far out. Like, you go back to 2020, and who knows when Fable's coming out, Dirt. Like Fable might be a 2025 title for all we know. Avowed, we presume is next year. Perfect Dark, all these games, State of Decay 3 and stuff. Everybody always expects Xbox to make these new announcements from first party that are years away. It's kind of what everybody expects from every company at these showcases and stuff. And this time Microsoft's like, no, we're going to keep it within a year. So it's nice to know, okay, this is what I'm going to be playing in, from June to June. However, like if you were really looking forward to seeing something about any of the announced games from 2 years ago or any of the other games we know, teams are working on, you're probably maybe just a little disappointed that we didn't get it. And you're probably wondering why they didn't say this, like why Aaron Greenberg didn't come out on Twitter 2 weeks ago and say, hey, by the way, just to let everybody know, the show's focused on the next 12 months. Because then I think then it would have set everybody's expectations to be like, okay, now I know what to expect. Now I know I won't see X, Y, and Z at this show. Yeah, but I mean, I think also a lot of people are never going to be behind like the indie games, right?
Right.
I love the indie games, but like some people only tune into this stuff to be like, I want to see what Microsoft's doing or I want to see what Sony's doing. Screw the indie content. Right. And I'll be here to tell you, like, Microsoft ain't going to stop that. Like, they love the indie presence. They love the diversity that they have. So, like, that is going to be a continued thing. Because, like, watching it, like, you got a game like High on Life with, like, the Rick and Morty people.
Awesome. That game looks awesome.
That game's going to right up my alley. I can't wait to play it. Same thing with, like, Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Right. Yep.
Like, I am so hyped to play that. Flintlock looked really damn cool.
That looks really awesome.
The Benedict Fox game was pretty awesome, and there was a couple others where it was like, damn, these are I'm going to play these when these come out, and now I know they're coming out soon. But then there were segments that was just kind of like, we really talking about Elder Scrolls Online and Fallout 76 again? Like, you did the same exact segment last year.
Right.
And maybe it's tough for me and tough for people who aren't into those games, because at least when you see a brand new game, you're at least like looking at it to see if it would be something you like. You see Elder Scrolls Online, and if you're not playing it, that's just like an L for you. So it's
you have
like,
no interest, right?
Yeah, my eyes glaze over, and it's just like, who cares?
Right.
So, but that's just kind of their focus on games as a service and stuff like that. Like, Sea of Thieves shows up again, and I appreciate Rare's at least insistence on doing like a playful like trailer. Like the Elder Scrolls and Fallout 76 trailers were just like regular trailers, and it just whatever. At least Rare tries to put humor into their stuff to make it at least fun for people to watch. But if someone doesn't play Sea of Thieves, I'm just like, why don't you put this at the showcase, the extended showcase?
Yeah.
But then it's like at the bottom of the trailer, it's like 30 million players. And then you realize, well, you know what? People love this game.
Right.
And it should be at the show. You know, for as much as people say Sea of Thieves sucks, well, it's like probably the biggest IP, the newest, biggest IP Microsoft's created in, since what, Forza Horizon? It's the biggest IP they had last year that they created last generation for sure. Like,
yeah, definitely.
It's bigger than most games. Like, what other games out there reach 30 million players? Not many, Yeah. So overall, I thought it was a good show, but not great. I think they should continue the format because I think it'll serve them a lot better when they have more announcements. Starfield, I thought looked. Especially in 4K, I thought Starfield looked really good. Like, I'm a sucker for sci-fi, so I will be down to play that day one. Even though I'm not really the biggest fan of Fallout, but give me a sci-fi setting and I'll play it. Redfall looked better than I thought it would, to be honest with you. But it's
really
Arcane. They don't miss, man. Arcane just doesn't miss.
Prey,
and then
Dishonored, love those games.
And even though I'm not a fan of sim racing at all, Forza Motorsport looked insane.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't know, anybody who's saying that looks like a cross-gen game is smoking something. I don't know. They need to get their eyes checked.
Exactly.
Go watch it in 4K. So I don't know. What did you guys think of the show?
Well, I'm going to say Well, like first, let me get these super chats so I can get them out of the way. Apollo Cooper with the $5, bros. What's so funny is that guys that MBG and Dreamcast guy was struggling to stay calm about yesterday. Microsoft is creating a lot of love triangles. Oh, really? Good stuff. Honest with the $2 rand, I was expecting the Scalebound reboot. Oh,
Yeah,
Honest,
where's the Scalebound reboot? Where is it?
Yeah,
Exactly.
come on, Jazz.
Hey, Honest, what's wrong with you, man? Gamer by choice with the $5. I am old. I do not want games announced too far out. I might not be able to be around to play them. Damn, for real.
Oh man.
Damn, brother. It's got like a dark turn, but I get what you're saying though. Dan Lazaro with the $5. YouTubers and influencers are responsible for much of the disappointment. They overhype everything with videos and predictions and then complain. Yeah, I guess you could say that, bro. Yeah, I think, like we all overhype it here and there because I said Xbox cannot have a bad show. And it wasn't a bad show. But let me say this. I think Rand hit on something. He said that he liked the 12-month out strategy. Because of that, you're guaranteed to get more gameplay, right? If a game is 12 months, it's coming within 12 months.
The targeting.
Yeah, targeting. So you're definitely guaranteed to get more gameplay. I missed your super chat rating, Blade. Hey, you see it, Sean? Damn.
Let me
I
see.
missed
You
it.
can't look, but
Yeah.
I took him unless
Yeah,
it was
see, fine.
a membership one.
Oh, it must have been a membership one. Damn, so I gotta leave my phone on.
I just want
see.
I just want to say to Dan's super chat. There's maybe a slight bit of truth to that, but the thing is, if I had known Microsoft was going to focus on the last 12 months, my predictions would have been completely in line with what they had shown. Nobody out there had expected them to change the format of how they have done every one of their shows for the past 15 years. It was completely out of left field. If they had said 2 weeks ago, hey, we're going to focus on 12 months, then I would have been like, all right, well, these are the only games that you're going to be able to show then. I would have been like, there's no Avowed and none of this stuff. And people's expectations would have been... But then it's like you set your own expectations because predictions are just predictions. And as I consistently had said, I didn't know anything about the show. So different from years where I did... because you can look at my prediction videos for 2021 and 2020, and those are nailed down 100%. And this one, I'll take the big fat L on because it was just like, well, I didn't know the parameters. So I think people just hype themselves up because they want to see new stuff. And it has nothing to do really with YouTubers or influencers. It's just that they themselves feel the hype of all the people around them. Everybody gets excited around the same thing. And they just want to see cool stuff. It has nothing to do with a video made by someone or a tweet by somebody. So,
yeah, that was a great point. Raiden Blade with the £2. I liked everything because everyone gets to play. Yeah, man. Like you said, when you go back and watch it, you know what? That wasn't a bad show. It just had that area where it was kind of slow. But it wasn't a bad show at all because, like you guys said, I thought Redfall looked great, Starfield looked great, Forza looked great. Actually, I'm hyped for that game as Till Dust Falls. I'm totally hyped for that game, and that comes out next month. I can't wait for that. Carl Weed with the $5. I rewatched the show. It wasn't a bad show. I was just expecting something different. I do think it was too long for what they showed. That show would have been even better if it was a little bit, like an hour maybe. Dragonheart Yobi TV, what is up, my brother? Member for 2 months. 2 months? I thought I was sub for a year. Hey, shout out to you, POS. Oh, come on, man. Peace, life, love. Keep up the great work, everybody. You as well, Rand. Thank you, Dragonheart Yobi is a great guy, man. Thanks for the support. I appreciate you. Back to what I was saying. What Rand brought up a good point. Like he said, if they do the 12-month gameplay strategy for the next year and moving forward, the shows are going to be even better because the shows are going to be, more gameplay, more AAA games because some of those games that they announced years ago will be, more ready to be shown.
They should be more ready. We can't guarantee that, though.
Yeah, we can't guarantee, but they should be, right?
They should be.
Right. So, Sean, so what's your thoughts about the show after you rewatched it again? Did you rewatch it again?
I rewatched most of it in 4K, and obviously, I always know this. I always say it's a when you're watching something in 4K, everything looks better. Even if some of the games that you think it doesn't look that good, looks much better as well.
Mhm.
Rand and you guys are bringing up some great points. If Aaron Greenberg did mention the 12 months, because all of us guys were expecting something like Contraband,
Mhm.
Evolved, maybe Indiana Jones were 50-50, but certain games like that we were expecting, maybe two of them games, we were expecting them. But when we found out just for maybe a day, well, before the show, I found out because I stayed away from the leaks that they were focusing on 12 months. Then we thought, all right, we might have a bit of a sticky situation here because we don't know the second half of 2023 because Evolve might make it late next year or Contraband, who knows?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Right.
Yeah, we just don't know at the moment. But like I said, the show started really good. Redfall, what I expected, really good gunplay, some great the environment as well. Even like the way the game was playing, like the frames, like just everything looked perfect in the game, running
And
really
the
smoothly.
atmosphere. I love the atmosphere too.
Yeah, 100%. The enemies as well, and some of the magics as well. Game was it was running beautiful. We don't need to even question Forza Motorsports. Forza Motorsports is the king of all racings. I say that on Horizon series. Whenever they do a showcase, you might not be. Some people may not like the races. I know Rand doesn't like sim racing games. He prefers the Horizon games. But no matter what, we all kind of admit when they put on a showcase, every time we're blown away from them two studios. Turn 10 and
Mhm.
Playground Games, no matter what they do, they always do an incredible job when they showcase in the game. And Forza Motorsport just took it to a different level. We've seen the comparisons, regardless of the haters, what they're trying to do, that's going to happen. And that was a great showing as well. Even Rick and what was it called again? High and
High on life.
High in life, yeah.
High on Life.
it was
That game
good.
looked really fun. The way the guns are the eyeballs and saying some crazy
Yeah, the
stuff.
guns are alive, bro. It looks good.
And they're saying some crazy stuff as well, some wild stuff. That was fantastic as well. And I think most of us would agree. Just that middle segment where we felt it took a hit, like the Fallout 76, Elder Scroll. I understand, like I said, Grounded once again. If I feel like Grounded and Sea of Thieves, even though they're doing some great numbers, Sea of Thieves is doing some great numbers. I felt like I've seen that game for 5 years straight on the showcase.
Oh, you
And
have, sir. You
yeah.
have.
5 years straight right now. Ground has been like 3 years, I believe, right now as well. If they didn't have an extended show, I can let it slide, but they do have an extended show tomorrow as well. So they could have shown that there because it would still have the same impact because it's still an Xbox showcase.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I did feel like the middle part it did slow down, but the second half once again, like Team Ninja, one of the biggest surprise. Well, not surprise. We heard about it last year from Jeff Grubb, and like I said, the haters, the fanboys were saying never, never, ever. Kojima, that was a great announcement.
Hey, Sean.
Fantastic announcement. That was big.
Hey, Sean, let me tell you something. My mood was low, right?
Yeah.
But when I saw Kojima, I woke up. Woke up
100%, bro. Look,
and my
Kojima,
whole mood changed.
because I wanted to talk that shit. I said I don't care. As soon as it announced Kojima, because a lot of these guys, they pretend insiders. Half of these guys, they think they're insiders. It would never happen. We've seen the petitions as well out there. We've seen the receipts. You did a video just showing the receipts on your video just today.
Yeah.
We've seen how confident they were. Even
They were so
the
confident.
Persona games as well. Never ever. Now they're losing this shit.
They said
And I
Jeff
loved
Grubb
it.
knows nothing. They were doing the laughing emojis. Kojima would never work with Xbox. He would never do an Xbox exclusive.
100%, and Kojima is really excited because of the cloud and how he wants to utilize the cloud as well. And I'll be honest with you, Starfield was one of the games I'm looking forward to definitely. Like last year, I'm glad I wanted to see gameplay last year, but we got to see it this year. A good like 15-18 minute gameplay slice. And I'll be honest with you, watching that on a 1080p stream first of all was incredible. But watching that in 4K, it was amazing. What the game was doing, like even the planets, the universe as well, even your space harrier, your spaceship, the combat, the fighting, the environments, the hub cities when you go to the different hub cities as well. The gunplay was looking really good. I know some people saying it had a bit of frame pacing issue, and hopefully they can clean that up within the year or so. But overall, I think Starfield did a great job.
I thought it looked great, man.
Yeah,
I thought it looked
did a great job as well. Showcasing that game, a next gen game as well from Bethesda as well. Fantastic, and obviously, I'm not surprised it's taken so long. The amount of, like I said, like 1,000 planets or something you
crazy.
can visit, something, and it's insane. I reckon that's definitely a game of the year contender. And I'll be honest with you, if they have said that the game is coming out within 12 months, because it's a massive game, and what do you want to achieve with that game? I wouldn't mind if they delay that game into the second half of next year. I'd rather have that game come out more or less 99% perfect instead of just putting it out there because they have to put it out there. And I really hope they don't do that with that game because that is a brand new IP from Bethesda in a very long time. Starfield is looking amazing. Like I said, overall the show, I'll give it a 7.
Yeah.
Watching it in 4K, I'm like a 7.3 in that. You know, just the middle segments, like it started off good. We had some great games as well. One of the biggest disappointments for me was that Pentiment because I expected something. Look, guys, I wasn't expecting like a AAA quality game, but I expected something maybe like along like the 12 minutes type of the way it looks like 12 minutes, that type of graphics and that type of art style. I mean, that's what I was expecting. But when I seen that, I was really disappointed with that, to be honest.
Yeah.
And but overall, the show was it was good. It wasn't it wasn't a greatest show in my opinion. 2021, I think a lot of people would agree. 2021 was better because of the further announcements and the brand new games they announced.
But it was lack of gameplay in 2021, which people complained about.
Gameplay. That's why I didn't give that a 9 because there was a lack of gameplay. I give it 8.5.
Yeah. So.
But like I said, but the 12 months amount of game is coming. A Plague's Tale looks amazing compared to the first game. You can see the jump. That like I said to you guys, it reminds me of Hellblade to Hellblade 2. You can see the jump from the game.
So, like A Plague's Tale looks incredible. That's in Game Pass. Also, like that song Woo, what's it? Woo Line? What the name of that damn game?
The game from Team Ninja?
Yeah.
Wulong, yeah. Fallen Dynasty.
Talking about that game being the Game Pass day one. I thought that was a big announcement. Like, for some reason, I thought it was exclusive initially. I don't know why I thought that, but even though it's a multiplayer, it's still going to Game Pass day one. I think that's a big deal, and that's going to drop within the next year.
I mean, that whole segment with Phil was basically, their continued commitment to the Japanese audience. Like Team Ninja's finally back on Xbox after the last 2 games were PlayStation only.
Right.
Neo 2.
Yeah.
Then you have, Persona 3, 4, and 5 coming to Xbox.
Exactly.
People have been asking for that forever.
And they're coming to Game Pass, right?
Yeah, and it's Game Pass day one, and then you have people literally flipping out on Twitter over it, which is so good to see. And then Kojima, Jeff Grubb told you this was happening a year ago, and they still didn't believe him.
They didn't believe
him. Man, the salt for that is good too. It's just...
We were waiting for that.
Hey, Red, you got to watch my video. If you get the chance, watch my
video.
I'll
check it out.
It's like a 3-minute video. I got receipts.
Jeff Grubb has a good track record. Even like Jazz as well, they have a good track record. They're not going to hit everything out of the park. 8 times out of 10, they could be right or they know something, they heard something. And Jeff Grubb was talking that shit. He was confident with that.
He knew it. He was confident. He knew it, bro. Oh, so Wolong is up for pre-order on PS5 for $70. Oh, well.
Enjoy, guys. Work them
Enjoy.
Corners. But like before you move on to the next, guys, one thing I didn't like as well. This is the Xbox Game Showcase. And I know when you like Forza and these games, they go to the PC as well, but there were PC games announced there that wasn't coming to the Xbox. And I feel like them games shouldn't be there. If you're going to do it full on. Because the Xbox games are going to the PC day one, but the PC games won't come into the Xbox.
You're talking about the Riot game thing? But they have to announce that, though. They got
but I'm just saying that it's not coming to the Xbox at all. Like certain games sometimes when they put it on.
Yeah. But Xbox is a brand, sir. So Joey, let's go ahead. Now let's be honest, Joey. Yes. You was very upset yesterday, so much that you just stopped talking for the rest of the show. You watched it over, right? What's your thoughts on it, bro?
I have not the same thoughts as yesterday, but I do think that it wasn't a bad show, but it wasn't a great show. Mm-hmm. So it's smacked right in the middle. Why did I get? I mean, it's no secret. Everybody saw the stream yesterday. Everybody heard me screaming. Imagine having a camera in front of me. That would be fucking crazy. Even funny to watch, but I was hurt not because of the indies, because out of everybody in the panel, I'm the one who plays the most indies, right?
I love indies myself. Yeah.
I was hurt because to me it was impossible not to show Hellblade or something about Hellblade, not to show it about not to show something about your own studios, right? The game studio, the show was called Xbox and Bethesda Game Studios. How many games from Bethesda and Xbox actually showed up? Not many. So I think that upset me a lot. And when we were watching the middle part of the show, and everything was indie, and it had a particular style of graphics and art style. That wasn't only me that was upset. Dirt, I heard you in the background.
Oh yeah,
I heard
bro.
all of you.
In the middle of the show, I was frustrated because it was just slow and dragging.
And when we unfortunately saw Pentiment, we flipped. I actually feel when I saw when I saw Sea of Thieves again, I'm like, okay, Sea of Thieves, you're here again. And instead of showing me something new, you just said, be your own captain, and here's season 7. I get why it's on the show. I get it. 30 million people playing Sea of Thieves. It's not a game for me. I get all those things. But I think that 12-month thing, if it was announced before, I think I would have been thinking different about the show, but because they only told us 12 months, I'm like, then what happened to the rest of the 13? After the 12 months, what happened to month 13, 14? What happened to that? So that was my letdown. But after me watching the show last night again, watching everything in 4K, I started to find things in the show that are like, okay, I like that, I like that, I like that. I didn't like Redfall when I started watching it at the show. But when I saw it again in 4K, I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. It looks much better than I thought. Yeah. Of course, Forza Motorsport looks amazing. That High on Life, that game looks amazing to me, and I'm looking forward to that game. The Last Case of Benedict Fox, I looked at it. I'm like, okay, this is a H.P. Lovecraft style detective platformer game. I'm down for that. I like everything that has to do with Cthulhu. I mean, hence my name, Phantom Kraken. It's not Cthulhu, but I like the Phantom part and the Kraken part, so you can, make that shit up. And what was the other game I liked? I'm missing one.
Wolverine.
No, not Wolverine. Piece of shit. I just don't. There was a few things here and there, and then I started realizing, okay, I'm not the only gamer out there. There's a whole bunch of gamers. There's kids, right? Kids may like a whole bunch of things that was on the show. It was a family friendly show, and there's something for everybody in the show. And to me, I got like 4 games out of it. Was I expecting the big titles? Yes. Am I still expecting the big titles? Yes. Am I angry at Microsoft for not showing me the big titles? Yes. But at the end of the day,
those big titles are still coming, my man.
They're still coming. And I have a theory why they're not showing those, but maybe we'll talk about that later. And then I thought, just to end up my thoughts, is like, I started to round out everything. Okay, let me think. People who wanted JRPGs got the Persona games, so that's a point for Microsoft. People who always said never about this and that, we got Kojima. Whether you like his game or not, we got Kojima on the Xbox side now. That's another win for Microsoft.
That's a W.
Showing gameplay, like at least 95% or 99% of gameplay. They promised gameplay. That means they were hearing us in past shows that we wanted gameplay. Well, there you go, 30 games, gameplay. They're giving support to all indie games, which I always said that Gamepass is not only for the AAA, it's for the indies, and indies has more exposure thanks to Microsoft and Gamepass. And there you go, a lot of indie games there. And overall, the show is not bad, but my expectations was hurt. But that's me. That's my fault.
Right.
That's my fault. So overall, right, I think it was a good show. It wasn't a great show. But yeah.
All right, bro. Good stuff. Hey, Mandingo McThickens with the $2. Hey, Sean, guess what I do? Full on. Talk that shit.
Talk that shit.
Oh, look who it is. I'll be damned.
Oh, you
Chris
POS.
Steele. This POS with the $5. I blame Bad Luck Sean for no new killing instinct and much love my friend, the Cardiff Electric, who's been diagnosed with WHPP. Stay strong, G. Hey,
I'm going to say this.
Hold on. Let me say this real quick. Hey, Chris Steele, man. Hey, thanks for the super chat, dog. You POS. No, thanks, bro. But go ahead.
I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say this. Even though I was the one who made Killer Instinct trend after I posted the video of XCast,
right.
I was not expecting Killer Instinct on the show at all.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be true.
I don't think none of us was. We was just hoping and wishing and praying it's gonna be there. But it was fun to talk about. Mandingo Mandingas with the $2. A new show happens in 12 months to show what's next, bro. There you go, man. I always say, guys, that it's still a different time, right? In 2017, we used to always say wait to E3 because Xbox wasn't showing us anything. And at the end of the day, now that you see, they didn't have much in development, not named Gears, Halo, or Forza. So now, yes, they didn't show all of the big guns that we wanted to see. But just thinking about the future, you still be like, okay. They still have Starfield, Redfall, these huge games dropping, Forza dropping in the next 12 months, the first half of 2023. Absolutely incredible. Yes, we have to, unfortunately, we have to do the waiting game again because 2022, even though it has some indie games, some smaller titles I'm looking forward to, there's no AAA, no huge AAA games dropping this year. So we're going to have to take the L for this year. But still, there's no denying the future for the Xbox brand.
100%, bro.
Just think about it. The Activision Blizzard deal isn't finalized yet. Next year it will be finalized. So that's a lot of positive things to think about and to keep positive. I pity PlayStation peasants with the $5. Obsidian, Ninja Theory, and others will be at the extended show tomorrow. What is you guys' expectations? Is that a fact, bro? Have you heard that, Rand? Or is he just
like I said, I don't know what's going on tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to tune in like everybody else and see,
Right. Okay. That'd be dope if they was, to show a little something, but, it's cool. Jiu-Jitsu 50 with the $10, putting the pick of 50-plus games coming to Xbox in the next 12 months really gets the ponies upset. That pick is actually pretty dope, man. You cannot deny the content they got coming into the service the next year. Apollo Cooper with the $2. Joey and R&B was expecting Boyfriend Dungeon. Oh, damn.
Oh
man.
Come on.
The disrespect.
Hey, speaking of that, R&B, what's your thoughts about it? Because you wasn't able to stream with us yesterday, but you did watch it afterwards. What you think,
You watched it in 4K as well, so you got to watch it in the best light.
Yes. I sat down with my homies and my family after all that BS yesterday. I actually got to see it for myself. I caught the tail end of you guys' stream and Joey flipping out, so I was like, oh no. It kind of killed my my hype a little bit. But actually going in and watching for myself, like everybody talk about Redfall, I like the way it looked. From the first person perspective with the guns and showing everything, I loved it. The only thing that made me laugh when I looked at it was first person, cool. Third person, looking at the characters run and do that crouch run, I don't know why it just it looks like just dumb to me. It's like, I wish I could work on our third person animations or whatever, but it's a small thing. But anyway, I like that we finally show gameplay for it. I'm liking how it looks. I like in co-op tactical shooter. Dope. It's about high on life. I don't really get what type of game that is, but I'm loving just the hell with it. Let's do something crazy. I understand where Joey's coming from, and I feel like, if they really wanted to pare it down, they could have took some of the, I guess you could say not lesser indies, but the ones that are indie darlings, like the HaloInfinite one, that could stay. The last case of Benedict Fox, that could stay. But the one with like the animals fighting kung fu and stuff, that could have gone to the extended show. I was really feeling that. I understand that there are more casuals than hardcore gamers, and Xbox wants to appeal to everybody. Because I didn't know what the hell League of Legends and all that was until like showed this right here, showed here at the Game Pass. So I understand they're trying to appeal to everybody. Like it's like Walmart. Walmart got a little bit something for everybody. And I understand how that hardcore feel like we're being pushed to the side. But, sequel what Joey said, I feel like personally, I give the show an 8 out of 10. Because I really liked everything they showed, or a majority of what they showed. If I got like 2 to 3 more first-party games, like I was expecting Avowed, Perfect Dark, and maybe Contraband. Just I used to get a glimpse of it.
You expecting Perfect Dark here, bro?
Yeah, I want to see something for Perfect Dark. I love that game. So, personally, if I saw like at least 2 to 3 more first-party games in this show, I would have given it a 10 out of 10 because I liked everything else thus far. Now, granted, the 12-month look of it is smart because you're putting to death that thing like, all right, we're dry for like the last half of this year and going into next year. So that's dead. I can understand maybe people say we'll do an 18 or 15-month extension, but this way, just 12 months, when next E3 comes around, or even before then, because who's to say that another game like Wolfenstein 3, because I was surprised we didn't see that. Who's to say that doesn't pop up at Gamescom or something is in this 12-month span? Who knows? I don't. But the 12-month span of going for like block by block, the next go around, I can't have low expectations for holiday 2023. I just can't.
Mhm.
Even though I don't know what they're going to say, from what we're expecting and what the games we surprised when here, like Wolfenstein Avowed, maybe Perfect Dark's too far out, but games we know have been working on for some time, we should see that. I know we can't say in absolutes, but we should see something going for holiday 23.
Yep. Yeah, man. I agree. Hey, Alvin with the $5. I'm glad devs aren't skipping Xbox like last gen. We get literally every major third party announced over the year. Resident Evil updates today from Capcom. Yeah, I gotta watch that show, bro.
When is it on?
It was on from 6
It
to
was on
6:30.
earlier, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, and something there. I noticed Xbox do something that reminds me of PlayStation. You know how they'll have a good show, come out, show what they got, and they won't say much about exclusivity, time exclusivity, whatever. They'll just show it, and
Yeah.
then people literally have to dig afterwards for all right, what's time exclusive, what's exclusive, what's yada yada yada. Xbox kind of did that. They
Yeah.
kind of said it with like the console launch exclusive. When I see that, I just say, all right, that's a time exclusive. That's it. Because
Yeah, that's
goes
definitely what it means. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely what it means.
the Raka Blade thing with like a battle royale with people fighting like House of Flying Dagger style, that's a time exclusive.
Yeah.
The what was it? Araban, that stealth indie game, the girl was like in the shadow fighting robots. I think that's time exclusive as well. Granted, most of all these going to Game Pass. That's cool,
Yeah.
but for the console war side, which granted that's not that big, they're the ones arguing and fighting on what's exclusive, what's not, yada yada yada. And I'm glad that Xbox found a real subtle way to do that. My last thing is, I'm kind of weird on Diablo 4. I like it, don't get me wrong.
I unfortunately I wasn't. My mood was down when I saw that game.
I
When I saw it again, I'm like, holy shit!
Yeah.
This game looks fucking great. It reminds me of Diablo 2, man. Like the gory shit. So I'm down. I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna buy the Resurrection version now. You have to
shit.
play that before Diablo 4. So yeah, that's the other game I just remembered. The only thing that was weird about that when they showed that game is that they normally do like a great CGI cutscene before any gameplay, but this just started out of nowhere, and I'm like, what game is this?
You didn't see the part where that old girl was cutting dude's head off and brown?
Yeah, dude, my mind was pissed, so I didn't. I was not
You
even.
let the enemy get to you, Joey.
Yeah, Joey.
It got me. But Diablo is fucking amazing.
I thought Diablo 4 was the best game at the show. I thought it was the
Oh,
game of the show.
nice.
My one caveat is
That's
'cause
good.
I know it was announced for platforms before Xbox did the whole acquisition, so it's going essentially everywhere. I'm not mad at that specifically because that style of game, the isometric, third above bird's eye view, it's kind of rare. It's kind of dying out. And so when I heard Rod Ferguson,
You at work, man?
yeah, sorry about that. I'm
The
trying to be
hell?
as quiet as I can.
Oh.
Shit! Come on, look at the dedication to R&B. I work, the piece of shit.
Yeah. So that style of game is somewhat rare because it used to be all the rage on PC, and we know that. But now, third-person isometric games are kind of dying out. You only see them like Civilization, yada yada. So personally, I want as many people playing this game to make sure it's successful. Especially when they say how Ralph is saying they have DLC for after the game, like the end game and all that, and they have like years dedicated to it. I'm glad to see that. I love this type of game. I want to see it continue. For this one in particular, but a nice to be exclusive. But this one, let everybody play because it's crossplay. We can be playing together, killing all these zombies and whatever and whatnot.
Yeah. You know what's so cool about that game though? Even though the game will most likely remain multi-plat, that's soon to be Xbox first party team. I think that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Apollo Cooper with the $2. Xbox shattered Halo, Gears, and Forza narrative. Absolutely, man.
Yeah,
They did that.
Yeah, they did that last
years
year.
ago.
Yeah, they did that
You
last
guys,
year.
do you guys think it was like a little weird, a little bit to see Rod Ferguson up on an Xbox stage again?
It was kind of weird to see him there.
Dude,
not
didn't I
talking
say,
about Gears. Yeah.
Didn't I say live like, look at this piece of shit?
Yeah, his face like damn.
It popped out, and I was like, look at him, he's back home.
Yeah, look at that. Hey, Z Black Rider with the Canadian 5. Let's be honest, most AAA sucks monkeys. I'm all about double A. Let's go indies. Not all of them, but yeah, I mean, there's some damn good indies out there.
You're not making a lie. I've been playing a lot of indies lately, so yeah, you're kind of right on that one.
And let me ask you something. What Geekhead just said. Does Wolfenstein 3 even exist? Do you know?
That's the ultimate question, isn't it?
Yeah, because listen, I'm just assuming that because they said in what was it, January of 2020 when they announced Indiana Jones, they said that it was in pre-production. So I said, okay, Wolfenstein 2 came out in 2017. What have they been doing for 3 years, right? Right? So
yeah, well, I mean, they co-developed Youngblood with Arcane in 2019. That was 2019. Yeah. So I think Wolfenstein 3 exists in the sense that they were working on it. My theory is that they were working on Wolfenstein 3. Then the deal for Indiana Jones went down, and they shelved Wolfenstein 3 to work on Indiana Jones.
The full teams work on Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to think that like they're also working on Wolfenstein 3 at the same time. But that's the thing about this show. They only showed us stuff 12 months out, so we don't know.
Right.
If this was a regular other show, maybe they would have made an announcement. But I don't know. Maybe we see something next year. I don't know. I hope we do eventually get a Wolfenstein 3 because I'm a big fan of the franchise.
Love that franchise.
It makes sense because we know Todd Howard wanted to do an Indiana Jones game for a minute. So him taking this, and obviously he's kind of like overseeing it from like a distance. So he checks in every like month or two. So he wanted to do Indiana Jones. It was like over like 10 years or maybe 15 years ago. He always wanted to do something like this. So it kind of makes sense. As soon as they got the opportunity to make the game, they probably put Wolfenstein to the side. So listen, guys, let's make this game. Let's go for the last Starfield. Hopefully that game will release in 12 months. And he's done with that. He'll move on to the next one then.
Yeah.
So Indiana Jones, I think a lot of people are looking forward to this game, including myself as well. And I'm hoping when we do get to see it, maybe I don't know, later this year, maybe Jeff Keighley shows, who knows? Because a lot of people do watch the Jeff Keighley show. A lot of people. I think some of Gamepass, I believe, he had like 1 million concurrent viewers or something.
Oh, really? Damn.
I think so. Some people were saying that, so I'm not surprised. Like that guy's got a lot of pull, and maybe that's why Xbox Star showed Hellblade 2 there, 2 times as well, the Series X,
right?
Because there's a lot of people watching that show as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if it turns up there, maybe a new trailer or maybe something else. But
yeah,
who
definitely
knows?
possible.
This is what I love about the Xbox future. There's so many games when it comes to the Xbox Game Studios. Like Run's been around for a minute as well. We don't have them 4 or 5 studios anymore before 2018.
Exactly.
Now we got 23 studios, and hopefully the next year when the Activision deal happens, that will be even bigger. That'll be 30 plus studios. And this is what I love. There's so many games in development, so many opportunities these teams could do. They don't need to be support teams anymore as well. And these developers are doing what they want to do as well, and having much more time to put. Like Psychonauts, we heard about there was no boss battles in the game. As soon as they came on board with Microsoft, Tim Schafer, they give them an extra year, money, resources, boom. All the boss battles are back in. The game was polished. Look, 120 frames in that game as well. And Psychonauts 2 was this incredible game that was for last year.
Yeah, it was.
And that's what I love about these studios right now with Xbox. A lot of these guys can take time. That's why you send the difference from Forza Motorsport 7 to the new Forza Motorsport, because they're always coming out every 2 years. Now they got like a 5-year dev cycle, 6-year dev cycle, and you can see the changes. And this is what I love. That Forza Horizon team, I feel like they're going to go on a 3-year dev cycle now. And this make the game better because there's so much games in development and so many projects and studios, even the global publishing. So much is going on with Xbox right now, and the future is incredible for it.
Absolutely, man. And that's something that we always couldn't say in the past, right? We
100%.
always was just hoping and wishing. I think they're developing something, and this is just different days, man. This is a different time, man. It is what it is. So Devin, my man, sorry to come at you so long, late, but hey, bro. So what you think about it? So now you was actually one of the people that you was mostly positive about the show while we were actually watching it. All right, so let me get this straight. Xbox bottom business on top with the dollar. Thank you, bro. Oh man, that's funny shit. I'm sorry, Devin. Go ahead, man.
I want to say, The show started off amazing for me. Like Redfall, I've been anticipating this, and like them showing gameplay at all, I made me even more excited. I think it looks great. Watching the whole show back in 4K, so that's definitely anticipated. I know it's not going to be like Back for Blood was. That game was terrible. But I really like the look of Redfall. I like that Hollow Knight. It's coming to Game Pass day one, so I'm excited to play that. I think it looks great. We were talking about it. It kind of looks like Ori, the character.
It does, yeah. It's got some of the abilities, yeah.
And it looks really good. High on Life was another game that just there was another game that was kind of like Outer Worlds. I forget the name of it, but it was kind of like the same type of art style.
Oh, the water when you water the plants.
Oh,
No, not in the show. There's a game that had came out. I forget the name of it though, but it kind of reminded me of it. High on Life looks good.
Subnautica?
Huh?
Subnautica?
No, it was like Outer Worlds. You go to different planets, and it
But
was
No
all,
Man's
like, really,
Sky?
really colorful. No, it wasn't that either. It was on Game Pass though for a while.
Okay. Let's move on. We can't
But
figure out.
the Riot Games partnership got me really excited. Like that's huge. When you look at if you don't know anything about League of Legends, that's over 100 million players, and you get all the champions for all of their games. If by subbing to Game Pass, they're gonna make 20 million subs easy. You can quote me on that. 20 million subs easy. Just but when that drops into Game Pass, 20 million subs easy.
Yeah, like Deb, I know you know more about the League of Legends, and you were saying this is a big deal. And that's what is this game. This game showcase had a lot of variety for everybody, like from the big games for like different type of games as well, and different genres. And like so when the League of Legends came up and that you go, this is massive. I don't know much about it, but I know League of Legends is a big game.
Mhm.
But you saying getting them into Game Pass, and I think a lot of people are well, you're not the only one. Like other people talking about this coming to Game Pass, all the champions and all the other stuff. That's going to be big for Game Pass.
That's over a $600 value.
Wow.
People are going to join instantly just for that.
That's big. That's $600 already. That's crazy.
And,
Yeah,
if
that's
you
right.
look at the Winter Shoulder, he
Yeah,
got
I think he said the game. Yeah.
Journey to the Savage Planet. That's what I was thinking about with High on Life. It reminds me of that game, just even cleaner.
Okay.
But you can get the super chat real quick.
Yeah, let me get a super chat from Alvin with the $2. A lot of people hating right now. We were hyped for factions pick. I was going to talk about that.
You know what? You know what? Yeah, you have a freaking point there. A lot of people were hyping that, and I can't fucking.
That's funny, bro. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's true. But yeah, moving on. Plague's Tale looks amazing. I can't wait to play that game day one on Game Pass. Of course, Forza Motorsport just knocked it out of the park. Forza always knocks it out of the park. The flight sim, like all the DLCs that they showed, look pretty interesting to me. Like the flight simulator, they're adding like helicopters and the Pelican and flight simulator. I think that's really cool. Overwatch 2 being free to play, that was big news to me. I'm not a huge fan of Overwatch, but I like it, and you can play it anywhere for free, so that was pretty cool to me. The stuff like Elder Scrolls Online and Fallout 6 or 76, I feel like it didn't really have to be in this mainline show, but I don't know how many players play these games, but I'm sure it's a big amount because it's a games as a service.
Hey,
So
Derek,
I
can I
feel
ask you a
they
question
just
about
throw it
that?
in there.
Yeah.
So, is it just? It's just my feeling that since it's not the Xbox show, it's the Xbox/Bethesda show. My feeling is when they come to sit down, there are games that one side demands has to be on the main stage, even if people feel like it doesn't need to be there, or it's just one of those long-standing like online games like Sea of Thieves. Again, I don't know how many people play Elder Scrolls Online and Fallout 76. But I feel like that's the ones that Pete Hines and Todd House says, no, we want this on the main stage because we're just as important as everything else. I feel like that's something they have to deal with, not to the same company.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I totally missed what you said because I was writing something down, bro. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ!
I'm
dude.
sorry. I was totally missed what you said. I was
In other
I had
words,
to
he
write
doesn't
something
give a
down.
shit what you just said.
No.
Damn,
Hey,
Dirk.
bro, listen, bro. It's kind of rough, like reading the super chats, writing stuff down, doing the timestamps and all that shit. I was writing something down. Say that again, bro. I'm sorry.
No, the feeling I get between when you see games like Fallout 76 and Elder Scrolls Online at the main stage, I feel like that's the Bethesda side. Pete Hines specifically saying these games are just as important as anything else, so they should be on the main stage. We don't want to be at the extended show. We don't want to be on backstage. We think these games and their updates are just as important as anything else we have to show.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's what I feel like. Because I feel like if it was up to somebody else, they wouldn't be there.
Well, I think the games as a service stuff is just important, period. You know what I'm saying? It'll probably be a next year's show also. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just an important part of what Xbox has going on. Just like after the Activision Blizzard deal, I'm sure Warzone will be there every year. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's all up under them now. So yeah, I definitely think that's something that they'll do. Hey, Digital Swords with the $5. Yesterday's show was an example of company looking to reach 3 billion gamers, not following traditional models. Keep the vibe flowing, guys. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. OG is Baby Jesus with the $5. Hit that like button. Redfall looks fire. Detroit Lions playoff. LOL. Yeah, that's a big LOL. I love to see that. I love to see that.
That's funny.
But Dave, you had anything else before you move on to kind of speed the show up?
I just want to just recap real fast. Benedict Fox game looks really good. As Dust Falls looks good. Naraka Blade Point looks good to me. All in Game Pass. Pentiment, it slowed the whole show down with all the indies. Grounded 1.0, I feel like that it's gonna be great because they've been adding. Same with Sea of Thieves. But I feel like it could have been shorter. The Team Ninja game I like. Persona coming to Xbox was huge. Kojima, Starfield, and I want to shout out to Flintlock because I think that game is going to be great.
Yeah, man. Good shit. So okay, guys, let's move on. I know we hit like an hour worth to talk about the showcase. Obviously, it was a huge deal. We all had our thoughts about it. Yeah, so that's it, man. Let's move on to something because I want to take advantage of since Rand is here because like when you get to see him on our show like once a year, so I'd like really take advantage of him being here to ask us some questions. Now, I know everybody saw the Summer Game Fest, and I thought the show was okay. It had some great looking games, like Callisto Protocol and some other games they showed that I thought looked pretty interesting. But let's talk about the end of the show, how the show ended with The Last of Us remake being $70, selling 10 million. Now, these are some things I just want to ask Rand and the rest of the panel. First off, Rand, what do you think about The Last of Us remake? Like, how does it look to you? Is this game necessary at this point, in your opinion?
I mean, it's not necessary to me because I'm not interested in playing it again. I understand like fans who love Last of Us are probably dying to play it once more with it being made from the ground up for the PS5, but I don't know, it's one of those remakes I kind of just sit there and I'm just like, I don't know, it's like I personally don't really think it's needed, just like I don't think a Gears collection's needed. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to play it. I'm not interested in playing Last of Us again. Right. The price, the $70 discussion it's an interesting one because you have a remake of a game, but it also doesn't have the multiplayer that the original came with, and they're selling to you for $10 more.
Yeah.
If that bothers you, then don't buy it. Like, speak with your wallet. Mm-hmm. But I have a feeling most people are going to buy it anyways, right, that are interested in it. It's just the $70 price tag is, I hate to say it, but I think it's just here to stay.
It is.
There's just too many publishers are doing it now. And honestly, I expect Xbox to follow suit at some point.
Really?
Whether it's like 2 or 3 years from now or something, like I would not be surprised if they're like, their games are $70, but then they're all in Game Pass. So I mean, like, I guess what does it really matter there? But
Right.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I like Last of Us. I really like Last of Us 2. I thought had some story problems.
Exactly.
I'm just not interested in playing it again, which is weird because I really am looking forward to playing Dead Space. Like, I really want to play Dead Space again. I think that's maybe because last time I played Dead Space.
It's been time since.
Well, yeah, Dead Space has been like 2009 when I played it.
Yeah.
Where I played Last of Us in 20. I want to say I played Last of Us in 2017, so it's like I played it recently, so I'm not looking forward to playing through it. So it's like the $70 thing and the multiplayer thing. It's just whatever to me. They said, what was it, 10 million? Well, how many copies were sold?
10 million, yeah.
That was just for Last of Us Part 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's a decent number, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it'd be a little bit higher. I mean, isn't Ghost of Tsushima around that number too?
I remember
which would be more impressive.
6 or 7 million.
Was it?
Yeah, I remember last number. They officially announced. I believe the last number they officially announced was 6.
Yeah, that's a little bit tougher because that's a new IP.
Yeah,
and they both came out the same year, and I did enjoy Ghost of Tsushima more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think personally, I'm more excited about Last of Us Factions.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever they talk about it next year.
Right.
I'll probably play that with my friends. But yeah, I have zero interest in Last of Us Remake.
Yeah. See, I'm a huge Last of Us fan, but like you said, does this game need to do I need to play this game again so soon? It's not like Dead Space, it was an old 360 game that's being remade, because I'm definitely interested in the remake of Dead Space. I guess. Does it seem like Sony, there's a reason they're remaking this game? Is it because of the TV show? Is it for PC and they decided to, put it on PS5 also? I'm just kind of curious to what you guys think about that. Let me get this super chat right quick from Brutal Enigma with the $5. 8 out of 10 show for me. Could have easily been 9.5 with 5-minute demo of about 5-minute Hellblade combat system. Good show. Little bit for everyone. Yeah, it was definitely a diverse show. And I give Xbox credit for that. I give them credit for the diversity and the types of games. But back to what I was saying. So The Last of Us selling 10 million, in my opinion, I'm like, that definitely seems low to me. 10 million is a decent number, but we all know that JimRyan himself said, 10 to 20 million of our biggest franchises just isn't cutting it anymore. It's just not enough anymore. So I'm glad they announced the new factions. Is it Battle Royale? Did they say that? Or they just said, they didn't say?
No, they didn't say anything.
Okay, they just showed the concept picture, the concept art. And I think it's going to be cool. Sony is definitely, all of their first-party studios seems like, well, most of them seems like they're doing some type of multiplayer with it. We heard about Sony Bend. Their new game is going to be some multiplayer components in it. So I think it's pretty clear where they're headed. But 10 million sold for The Last of Us 2. I think, obviously I don't know, but it seems to me like that might be somewhat of a disappointment. Especially in 2020, you had about 110 million PS4s out there. Only 10 million, that's saying a lot, in my opinion. So Sean, what do you think about this? I know we talk about this on TTS, but what do you think about The Last of Us remake going for $70 and also only sold 10 million? Oh, Sean ain't there. Joe, are you there? I can't hear you.
Oh shit! Hello.
Yeah.
All right. Does Joel's daughter survive in that new remake? Does he save Ellie at the end of the game?
Does he kill doctors?
Then there's no need to buy this fucking game. Don't you fucking for real? Like, it's like, oh look, it looks like The Last of Us 2. Like I thought it's a PS5.
I think the graphics look like The Last of Us 2.
Here's my thing. Like, okay, it's a PS5 game. Shouldn't it look better than The Last of Us 2?
Hey, brother, I don't know.
Talk that shit.
I don't know. I'm just asking for it. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest. I've never been a fan of nothing to do. I don't like zombies. I never have. And then they're clickers. It's the same shit. I only like Resident Evil and barely like that because they kind of fixed the franchise after 6. Thank God, because 6 was just bad. But I don't really care for The Last of Us. I never have. So the game. Look, people are gonna buy it. That's it. Let people buy it. $70 is a bit too much for me, and that's it. That's all I can say. I don't care enough to have an opinion of it, to be honest. So
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. I just had a bit of an emergency phone call. Well, you're talking about The Last of Us.
Yeah, we talking about Last of Us. Yeah.
You know, listen. The Last of Us remake, man. How many times do we need to see that shit? Come on, in the past 9 years, it came out a great game. The Last of Us is a masterpiece in 2013. 2014, they remastered that bitch. Bro, we getting a remake.
But they still kept the multiplayer in 2014.
They still
Don't
kept
forget.
the multiplayer as well, a full intact game. But in 2022, the game's going to the PC as well. Then you're missing content when it comes to the multiplayer. $70 as well. And they're going to justify this. You know why? They're going to still buy this game. They're going to still give it credit. This is how you do it. Look at the graphics and I'll pay $70 all day. Even though they got the game, they got all the different versions of this game. It's going to happen, man. These guys are known cappers straight up. When it comes to the Sony fanboys, especially, look, if that was a Gears of War remake, what would they have said? Nobody wanted that shit. Look at it.
Yeah.
Pointless.
I honestly don't want it.
Xbox
I still don't
games,
want it.
No games in the second half. That's what they would have said. Exactly the same thing what they're saying right now. Like you just brought up with the Forza thing. They're trying to downplay that. They do exactly the same thing. This remake is 9 years old. A game coming from 2004, like Resident Evil 2, like you guys were talking about. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Them games are over 15 years old.
Dead
right
Space
now.
makes sense.
Dead Space makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That was a 360 generation. But when is it the tail end of PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4? Come on, guys. You know this is a money grab straight up, and they're doing this because of the show, and they're porting it to PC as well, getting people prepared as well, and they know they can sell it for $70 because these shitbags will buy it no matter what. I'll never call out Sony for it. Every one of the games, look, directors, come on, they were willing to pay them $10 upgrade.
Yeah.
Straight up, they didn't even call them out. When Xbox did that $120 bullshit with Xbox Live, we called them out. Boom. Within 12 hours, we were done and dusted. I'm willing to bet you these guys wouldn't have said shit if that happened with PlayStation. They would have let it ride.
Exactly.
PlayStation is fine. They dropped the bangers.
Sean, it's not only that. They're selling them 2 versions. A $70 version and a $100 version.
Yeah, $100.
What the hell is inside that $100 version? Like, for real,
Firefly edition or some shit.
Like what? Black and white? Come on, man. It's ridiculous, man. Look at the Mass Effect collection that they came out. 3 games.
Right.
3 games. How much was that game? How much was that game?
It was 60.
Still worth it though. 3 games.
Absolutely. 3 games. Yeah, absolutely.
I think it was 50.
I think it
Was
was
it
less
50?
than. I think it was 50.
Oh wow.
50.
Cool.
So it's like, come on, man. We gotta stop it. Like there's a point like, okay, it's not okay, if you're a fan of The Last of Us, be a fan of The Last of Us. But let somebody else do this to you. It's like, come on, man. I want to say worse things, but Rand is here, so I'm containing myself.
No. Before you get this super chat there, one thing we always talk about, like on WBG, I know Rand like listens here and there occasionally and that. We can give credit when it's doing that. Like The Last of Us, I said, is a masterpiece. The Last of Us 2, some of the story beats I didn't like, but it was a technical masterpiece. God of War, fantastic game. We can give credit, but every time an Xbox drops a great game, if it was Gears 5, the Forzas and that, whatever games they're dropping out there, they never give credit. Even Ori and Will of the Wisp and Blind Forest, that was my favorite games. I think that was Xbox best games, to be honest, last gen. Them to deliver the great story and the incredible gameplay and emotions as well. But they will never give him credit. We'll give credit. That's the difference between us and them guys. Straight up. I'm saying it straight up. Yeah, Last of Us is a masterpiece. Uncharted, I love Uncharted games.
Yep.
But when it comes to Xbox, no, none of them.
Okay, but here's the thing. I love Uncharted. Why not make Uncharted 1? Like, out of all the games, they should be remastered or remade. Uncharted 1 that looks like Uncharted 1, what does it look like? Remember that cartoon back in the 90s called Reboot? That's what Uncharted 1 looks like. Remake that game. No, they're making The Last of Us 1. What? Really? Why?
I gotta agree. This game is coming out again for the third time within like 10 years. Um, when the remastered version, I feel like the characters' faces look better. What the hell are we doing here? It's a complete cash grab. The Last of Us 2 looks better than this game. I'm not paying $70 for this bullshit. People are
Hey.
complete shills, man. They're just giving their money away for no reason just to talk shit on Twitter. It's stupid.
Hey, G Stealth with the $2. What up, MFs in the chat? What is up, G Stealth? How you doing, my man? I
Let
just
me
missed the
ask
next
Rand
one.
something. Have you got another super chat? Go for it.
Yeah, let me get Hector the Macho Man with the $5. I feel like Bethesda Xbox is making the right decision. Redfall, Starfield would get a 90 or better Metacritic score. We can talk that shit about Kojima for now. Absolutely.
Facts, bro.
Absolutely.
Have you got another one there? Was that the last
I
one?
think that was it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Rand, let me ask you something. During the PlayStation 4 generation, coming into the PlayStation 5, the Sony fanboys were saying that PlayStation does it the right way. Stick to the traditional ways. Single player, over the shoulder, great story driven games right now. We were saying that the game is changing. JimRyan is a different breed as well. Look what the Naughty Dog is doing right now. They're making a multiplayer game as well on top of the new game. Ben Studios as well. Bungie, there's a reason why they got Bungie to help them with live services games. They want to drop 10 live services game in the next 4 years, and they said they will never ever happen. Their top tier studio, Naughty Dog, is making a full on multiplayer game with a story in it. They said it'll never happen. Sony sticks to the always and it works. They've been proven wrong so many times, these guys. Like, Rand, when you see Naughty Dog making a multiplayer game, did that surprise you, especially with JimRyan leading the ship?
No, that's not surprising. Factions was well liked, and I'm definitely not surprised that they turned it into a standalone project. It just the whole thing. Jim Ryan's talked about how he's frustrated that their games only sell so much, right? And that the console stuff is very narrow.
100%.
Yeah, and why do you think they're going to PC? Why do you think they're going to mobile? Why do you think they're investing in these live service games? Which you look at Sony's earning reports. The thing that they make the most money on is microtransactions and stuff like that, and DLC. Sony obviously knows what sells, so they want more money. It's all about perpetual growth for investors, right?
Right.
You need to be constantly growing. And it wouldn't look good for PlayStation if they declined from the PS4 era, especially in terms of revenue. So you have the situation here where games are taking longer to make than ever before. They're more expensive to make than ever before.
Right.
So how are you going to meet your revenue targets? You basically have to raise the price of your product, which they did, right? Everything's $10 more expensive, or you have to find more revenue streams, which they did because they're putting everything on PC. But then the other thing you can do is more multiplayer games. Because you put more multiplayer games, that means you get more of that sweet microtransaction money, right? Look at Gran Turismo 7 with its outrageous prices on some of their stuff, right? So Sony's going to come out here with a bunch of live service games because the industry has sort of shifted in that direction. And, who knows if those games will do well. Those games probably are going to have to be free to play. You look at Overwatch 2, right? What's Overwatch 2 now? Overwatch 2 is now free to play.
Right.
Halo Infinite's free to play. All the big games in the multiplayer live service, genre are all have to be free to play.
Yeah, the game is changed.
Randall, let me ask you this question. Do you think that multiplayer from The Last of Us that is coming out, is it going to be free to play or is it going to cost $70? Because I actually said this a few days ago. I don't think a game that costs $70 that is only a multiplayer like Battlefield. The best example is Battlefield 2042, right? $70 and goodbye.
It did say there's a story involved with it as well, they're saying.
Yeah.
Do you think that game is actually free to play or is it going to be?
That's an interesting question because you would think if they want it to be really successful, it would be free to play. It would also be day one on PC.
I agree with that 100%.
But you never know with PlayStation. They could try to squeeze people for 70 to try to get as much out of it. Maybe they know that like, oh, their hardcore fan base is gonna go ape over over like a new Last of Us with story multiplayer, and then they can sell for 70. Maybe they put in the subscription because multiplayer games, it's either got to be free to play or put in a subscription to actually get a user base that spends a lot of money.
Right.
It'll be very telling to see what they do with factions, because that'll give us an inkling of what they plan to do with the rest of their live service games. So,
yeah,
I mean, if I was Sony, I'd have it be free to play, and I have it launch on PC day one, so I can have the biggest user base possible to play it and try to make as much money as I possibly could. But they're also still very much in the mindset of we need to sell PS5s. Even though they sell out consistently, maybe they're like, all right, well, it'll be PS5 only for 6 months or a year, so we can sell PS5s. Who knows what they're thinking?
Right.
So,
right.
Rand, I agree with you though. I think, well, in my opinion, if this game is not on PC when it launches for a whole year, if it's not on PC, it's gonna flop. You can quote me on that too. If this game isn't on PC when it drops, it's gonna flop. 100%.
See, that's the point, because if you think about last generation, PlayStation has conditioned their fan base, with the exception of the casuals that love, Fortnite and like Warzone, those games, but their hardcore fan base, they play single player games because they didn't have any multiplayer games, with the exception of what Uncharted.
Also, Kojima came out like with the ones they tacked on after.
Yeah, like was that like more like co-op? Like was it player versus player?
You can play co-op as well.
Yeah, so it's kind of like they have to, kind of get their fan base to trust them. I know people love factions. I don't think the Uncharted 4 multiplayer is really that popular, but they just have to get people to trust them, and I believe buying Bungie was a good thing for them, because Bungie, like, they don't have a damn clue how to do games as a service, and Bungie is one of the best at that. So I think it was a good pickup. Hey, Tip Diamond with the 5 Canadian. What up, Dirk, Sean, Phantom, Deb, R&B, and Rand? Are we having a PG-13 show tonight? Hit that like
yes,
button,
we actually are.
It's still respecting it.
Like Rand is, I don't want to be all like, yeah, man, how we usually be, but
No, but that's the interesting thing. Like, one of the things, like the Spider-Man announcement was hilarious, because a lot of people kept that close to the chest. That would never go. 25+ million sold on the console. They don't need to put it in the PC. That's Spider-Man. That IP will probably be the last one. When that got announced, and I remember, Rand, when you announced the PlayStation games going to the PC, I know you got a lot of shit about that.
They called you everything, didn't they?
I remember Rand coming into the Iron Lords podcast, coming in chest out. I just heard something, breaking news of that. They're like, do tell. Rand goes, you're never gonna believe it. He goes, Horizon Forbidden West. No, Horizon, whatever the fuck the game
Zero
is.
Dawn.
Zero Dawn. It's coming to PC. Yo, they had a meltdown, didn't they, Rand? They called you a liar, piece of shit, whatever, bro.
Man.
Oh, I was enemy number one for quite some time. They hate. I was called every name under the book. I was told that Sony knows the value of exclusives, and they would never do it ever. All these little things. The problem is, like, these companies don't think like a fanboy. They don't care for your fanboy reasons or whatever. They're there to make money, plain and simple, right? And like I said, these games cost more, and it's like PC's this platform where it's like you're just throwing away money by not putting your games on PC. Like, look at Sea of Thieves, like 30 million. It's huge on PC. Like, it's PC just helps out in such a way, and I don't think it hurts consoles sales at all. I think once Sony realizes that, when the data comes back for it, they'll do day one on PC. Because they'll be like, what's the harm? It actually, like, look at Elden Ring. Like, Elden Ring came out and dominated everything because it was literally everywhere.
Right.
Whereas like something like Horizon Forbidden West is only on like one platform, so it's like the talk is a little bit, not as
Not as broad, yeah.
yeah, not as broad, So it's like, yeah, but that's because because for them, like the console war is everything, right? It's like Xbox was doing the PC thing, and remember Dirt and Sean and you guys remember how it was, the whole thing was, like, oh, Sony wouldn't. What was it? Sony's following the footsteps of last place. Like, you know what I'm saying? You remember that?
Right. Like, they would never follow.
They would never follow. Well, I follow third place or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they essentially just did the same thing. It just took them a little bit longer.
But you know what they're gonna say? PlayStation is doing the right way.
Oh yeah, well it was like they're doing the right way because it's 4-year-old ports. They're that's great. It's like, you sure it's always gonna be 4 years? Like, oh,
Exactly.
It's 2 years
The
for
one
Miles.
Right.
It's like 6 months or whatever it's gonna be for Uncharted collection.
The one that's killing me now is the double dipping one. Like, the double dipping is the best one. It's the better way. I'm like, that's gonna change.
So let me ask you something, guys. Like, we've been hearing about like a PlayStation Store, a launcher, or something on the PC.
Yeah, PlayStation launcher.
Do you reckon the loop Play Anywhere, like buy one and get the same copy on the PC?
Nah, I don't see them doing that. Nah.
And
They want you to double dip on that one. Seriously, they want you to buy that again. No, they ain't gonna do that one.
can I if they pull their games from Steam and Epic and put it all in their launcher, them games are not going to sell as much. I bet
you can't pull them. Steam is massive. Let's be honest. Microsoft knows that.
I mean, just look at Epic Game Store. Epic Game Store is giving a whole bunch of games. They're losing money left and right, and nobody really cares about that launcher.
I mean, Epic, they had quite a few Sony exclusive games on their platform, but like if they pull it off of Steam, them games aren't going to sell like that. They Bethesda's launcher and then like Call of Duty's launcher. People do not like these launchers.
Well, the Battle.net, I think, is really good. I think
Steam is bigger though. Like everybody wants games to be on Steam again.
It seems like that.
Modern Warfare 2 went to Steam or got announced for Steam, people are hyped. It's gonna sell more.
Yeah, that's the thing. And when like guys are holding on to these narratives that it's 4 years, 2 years. Nixus was acquired. Was it last year, guys? Was it last year? Just remind me.
I think
look how many games.
It might have been 2020.
No, it wasn't 2020. It was 2021.
2021. Already, look at the games that dropped on PC. They're catching up to the back catalog. As soon as they catch up with like Ghost of Tsushima and the other games as well, what's going to happen with the future titles? It's not going to be 2 years. It's not going to be 1 year. They're going to bring it down. Plus, they'll bring it down to like probably a month in the next like 18 months, 2 years easy. It's going to happen, but they're not going to like it no matter what. And I'm sure these guys will definitely move the goalpost once again. Somehow they manage to do miracles. These guys do.
Yeah, but they always move the goalpost, no matter what. That's gonna happen. So, all right, guys. Anything else about this topic?
What was the topic?
Shit. Like the Last of Us remake.
Oh, okay. No, I don't care.
Yeah. Shout out to
they were shocked when Spider-Man came to PC.
They almost
that meltdown.
They were sure Spider-Man never gonna come. It's like, okay.
When that got announced, were you just laughing? Were you just pissing your sides when you seen that shit happen and the meltdown videos?
I don't understand how they like think like something's off limits when like literally God of War's there and Horizon's there and like. Now Last of Us is coming, and it's like I think you need Returnal, and we know Returnal and was it Sackboy's screenshots have leaked, and the Nvidia leaked Demon Souls and Ratchet. It's like Sony's like they're gearing up to put everything on there, and once they kind of catch up with everything, it's just going to be a matter of is it going to be 1 year, 1.5, 6 months. When do they do like what do they do? Like is Haven's game, the Jade Raymond game, that's a live service, like we already know they're making it for PC, but it's like if you want that game to be a success, shouldn't you launch it everywhere? Like why would you hamstring yourself just to give some perceived value to the PlayStation user? I don't know. Exactly. We'll just have to wait and see. It'll be interesting to see what they do with all this stuff.
I think they're ported as fast as Nixus can port it to the PC.
That's what it seems like, right? This has not been a good week. Kojima, Spiderman on PC. I don't know what to do.
You got The Last of Us remastered.
Oh, I forgot about that one. I'm mad. All right, let's move on.
That was dumb.
That was random.
Yeah. Those are random.
And what we got? What's next, bro?
Yeah, sure. Let's all right, guys. You know, let's go ahead and let me find out my timestamp. Let's go ahead and go to the end of the show. The last 30 minutes of the show. So, you know, we just get out of here, man, and that's how we do it, and that's what's going on. All right, it's time for Do You Give a Shit Gaming News. Now, Rand, this is the last part of the show. We will just, you know, I read a bunch of different smaller gaming news. We all just hop in whenever we want to hop in, and we just quickly go through it, and we leave. I kick everybody out, and that's it, man. Your baby Favre with the $2. I'm mad. Oh, good stuff, bro. Good stuff. Hey, so I didn't get to see the Capcom show, but it was some interesting news that I just saw on Twitter regarding the Capcom show. Apparently, Sean, you would love this news.
Well,
Resident Evil Village.
Sorry, is it exclusive to the PlayStation 5?
No.
Oh shit! Come on.
Resident Evil Village is getting a third-person mode.
Oh shit!
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I saw the video. It looks cool.
I am down.
Yes, it's getting a third-person mode.
They're gonna show
with new animations. They're getting the mercenaries with gets new stages and characters. Shadow of Rose is the new story campaign. Have you guys finished Resident Evil Village?
Yeah, I did. I
finished it too. Did you finish it?
I did it the same day it came out.
Love Resident Evil Village.
I enjoyed it. I want to go back and play through that in third person. That's gonna be fire, man.
I'm gonna play that shit.
Third person.
Third person.
It looks good. I'll definitely check out because
I gotta see that out. I didn't know.
The last Resident Evil I played, the last Resident Evil I loved was Resident Evil 5. Number 6, I don't know what the hell happened with that game. And boom, let's just call it a day after that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I got to go back and watch this Capcom show. They showing some screenshots for Resident Evil 4. It looks great. Resident Evil 2 and 3 has gotten the next gen upgrades. I don't know if it's out yet.
Is it out?
Yep, it's out. Yep, it's out.
Man, I might be doing a marathon of Resident Evil this week.
Yeah.
Woo!
Let me tell you, listen, I didn't finish the original Resident Evil 2 and 3 back in the PS1 days. I didn't finish games that much back then. So to play them now and finish them now was incredible, man. And I can't wait to finish 4 because I never finished 4.
This POS.
I've never finished 4.
How did you miss the best one? God damn.
They're remaking it specifically for me, sir.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, Sean, I thought you would like that news.
Amazing.
We all did.
Yeah, good shit. We mentioned this earlier, but apparently, according to Tom Henderson, that Overdose leak, that is definitely the Xbox Kojima cloud-based game.
Hey, Ran, is he the snitch?
I don't think he's the snitch.
That snitch guy came out of nowhere, man.
With accurate information.
Question: does anybody know who he is?
It's Tom Henderson.
I don't know.
That's who it is.
There's a guy. There was a guy I don't know who. He came into our chat today. Well, Tom Henderson and Jeff Grubb were in our chat today for the show, but then the snitch showed up when we were talking about Final Fantasy VII Remake because I was like, we were like, looks like probably never come to Xbox. So, guy pretending it could be the real snitch, it could be someone pretending to be him, but he said, "Don't worry, it's coming." Mm. So I mean, I don't know. So it's
that guy is scary, man.
I mean, if Square announces Final Fantasy for Xbox this week,
tomorrow.
I think
make him
there's
a mod next time.
I think it's there on the 16th, right? Is it the 16th?
Yeah.
16 day event.
I think so. Yeah.
Then I'll be like, "Wow, you were the real snitch."
But
Yeah.
tomorrow
But,
makes
like-
sense as well.
I thought that like if Final Fantasy was really coming, I thought it would be at the Xbox show, but I don't know. We'll see. I really want to know if that guy was the real dude or not. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Wow.
That's crazy, man. That guy came out of nowhere, and I remember even at some of the other guys, like the Sony fanboys, like they were upset because this guy was like legit getting stuff right, and because they pretend to be
100%.
insiders.
Yeah.
And they were
Right.
upset trying to grasp his
Like
home
remember
and
the
host
one,
and
hey,
Jim
Sean,
Ryan
like
and
remember the
these
one guy said God of War and something else going to be at the State of Play.
guys.
Oh no, at the Summer Game Fest. They was like, even Jeff Grubb threw a shot. Like maybe like better luck next year. I was damn Jeff.
Jeff
Jeff
Keighley.
Keighley.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Jeff
Keighley
Keighley. I'm
did.
sorry, Jeff Keighley threw a shot
So
out.
the snitch has a tweet about God of War. Then, like it's coming 11/11/22.
But that's fake. That's
That'll
a fake snitch.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
that's
sent
a
the
fake
letter. Is
All
that
right,
a
guys.
letter?
Okay, that would be petty as hell, man.
All right, guys. G Stealth with the $5. Did you guys do POS? What's it? Did you guys piece of shit of the week? Oh no, we didn't do it this week.
We're gathering.
I wasn't
information.
around.
There's
That's
a
why.
lot of
Sorry,
them
I'm
right
late.
now.
Yeah, I didn't do it this week, but definitely coming back next week. We got Tim Dog on next week.
Tim Dog.
My
Tim
boy
Dog.
Tim Dog.
Tim Dog. I love Tim Dog. Tim Dog.
Tim
the
Dog's
homie,
a
man.
real G, bro. A
Tim-
real dude.
Yeah, Tim's my dude.
Yeah, Tim was the guy,
From
man.
all of them other guys around who used to rock out with, he's the realest guy.
Tim was the guy.
Yeah, like remember BGST?
I used to love that
No,
show, man.
dope show.
That was
It was
my
a dope
favorite show, bro.
Mm-mm.
That was my favorite show.
Ran, you were there. You've been on a show. I don't even need to tell you, bro. But honestly, Tim Dog he's the real dude, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was my favorite show back in the day, man. Justin March with the $5. Please show the man Pony Abomination for our esteemed guest. Oh, shit. Yo, you think Rand want to see that shit, man? Rand don't want to see that shit.
Ran,
But
close
you
your
paid
eyes.
for it. You paid for it, so I'm going to show you, man. You paid for it. What the hell? Damn, Sean, we got so much shit on here.
I know we need to get a better. We need some.
I need to
hotkeys.
sort this shit out.
Jeez.
Yeah, exactly. Justin March, you funny, man. Hey, Bay Area with the $5. The donkeys are claiming that the show was dog shit, but are still mad. What's wrong with these bozos? No matter what Xbox does, they would never give it credit. Now they're saying Starfield looks like shit. I'm like, what?
We even got Kojima and they don't accept it. They're like, nah. It's not
Yeah, let's move on. A new interview has revealed that Forza Horizon series only exists because Xbox turned down a pitch to reboot Project Gotham Racing. Now, I don't know how true this is. I just find these on Twitter and copy and paste them. So I
You know
think
what?
that's true. That's interesting.
I can't be mad. I can't be mad. After what we got and you see Horizon how it is, fucking fine.
No,
I'm
Horizon
good.
Yeah, it makes
I'm good.
sense because I think some of the team, because it's a UK-based studio, Blizzard creation were making the Project God. That's still one of my favorite series. That is from the Sega Dreamcast MSR to Project Gotham. That's when it transitioned. And if that's correct, to the Forza, that it's evolved over the years, and it makes sense because a lot of the teams that folded went into Playground Games, and they produced. Look where they are now. With Forza Horizon 5.
Forza
like-
Horizon 5 is amazing. I'm sorry. go ahead.
They were talking to Dan and Alan Hartman, at least the story goes, and they were pitching Project Gotham reboot, and they were just like, nah. And they said it was one of those stories where it's like the steak turns to ash in your mouth, and you're thinking like, oh my god, how are we gonna afford our flights home?
Wow.
Right? And then they said after some time, Alan Hartman, who's like the corporate vice president of like Forza or whatever, he said, what would you do with Forza and where would you take Forza? And they pitched Horizon basically to them, and the rest is history.
The rest is history, man.
Wow.
They got Playground Games, and that's fire. Great game, because I never played the first one in the Xbox 360 generation, but I got
The
a chance to
first
play
one
it.
is, it's so good, dude.
Oh yeah. Oh, no, I played it now.
Oh, you
but
played it now? Okay.
During the
okay.
360 generation, I just didn't play it.
See, I'm not.
Later.
I was never really a fan of motorsport because I don't like sim racers. So
Me
when they're
either.
like doing a
Opposite.
Forza Horizon, I was like, But then I remember going to Blockbuster one day and renting it, and I brought it home, and I'm like, this is freaking amazing.
Right.
You know?
Amazing game. The music, everything.
Yeah,
Absolutely
it's crazy
amazing.
that like I was more of a motorsport guy, but then like I'm both the same. But I'm saying I was more of a motorsport guy. But Horizon's come a long way, and what they've been achieving in the last 3 games, especially, they're just taking it to a different level, and they're being recognized as well right now.
Yeah, man. Then I really fell in love with the series with Forza Horizon 2. The first one that came on Xbox One in 2014. Bought that. I loved it. They made me go on like 1 month. Forza was, I don't know if it was free with Games with Gold 1 month or something, but I played that. And then they gave the 4K upgrade after the Xbox One, came out. Xbox One X, came out. It was just amazing.
I felt like Forza Horizon 2. I love that one.
Yeah, that was, bro. And then 3.
Australia.
3? That was 3 was amazing. Z Black Rider with the 5 Canadian. Henderson smells like a shower grub with the Como.
Oh, come on,
Who is Henderson?
Hey,
Tom Henderson.
Oh, come on, Z Black Rider. Show some respect. Oh, come on, man.
Hey, Dirt. I wanted to just pitch in real quick. I didn't get into Forza until the Xbox One. I didn't really play racing.
Me too. Yeah.
Forza Motorsport 5. I loved it. I loved that game.
Yeah.
That's what brought me into Forza.
I never played the launch one 5, but I started playing the Motorsports with 6. 6 wasn't that great to me. 7 was a little bit better than 6, in my opinion. But yeah, I never played 5. Dut. Bay Area with the $5. What up, Rand? Tim Dog is the OG, triple OG, and he's been putting it down on Twitter. Let's stand our ground. Keep talking that shit and curb stomping these donkeys. Bay Area, talk that stuff, my man. Talk that shit. I appreciate it. Listen, I've been around for a long time, man. And Rand, Tim Dog, all those guys, they've been doing their thing. They never waver. They never flip-flop. We appreciate you guys, man.
People flip-flop and then they flip-flop back. And
yeah, it's crazy, man. Even doing, like I always talk about the Xbox, the second half of the Xbox One generation. Because the first half, like as far as software, was actually pretty good. The second half,
people hated the Xbox in the first half, though.
Just despised it.
That's the difference.
Even though they had better software, they despised it. Absolutely. That's why we try to tell, like, some of the folks that listens to us now, I think in 2020 there's been like a plethora of new Xbox fans that found our community. And I tell those guys, they just have no idea how the Xbox One generation, especially the first half, like you said, the first half, Xbox actually had games. They had games.
Yeah.
But nobody cared. It was about the power, and they hated the Xbox. And then the second half, Xbox had the power, but they didn't have no damn games.
Yeah, and then they also, at the second half, PlayStation was just fucking dominant and putting out, like,
games,
like you're putting out God of War, like Spider-Man's, and like Xbox is like, we got Crackdown 3, and you got Halo Wars 2 and stuff.
Yeah, so that was
bad.
That was rough.
2018 and how bad that was, and took PlayStation's putting out God of War. Right, and Shadow of the Colossus, and Detroit Become Human, and Spider-Man, and Xbox had was 2018 they had Sea of Thieves, State of Decay 2, which are both 60 metas. That's for the whole 60 metas, and then Forza Horizon 4, I believe.
I love that game.
Oh, right, 2018, right, yeah. That was. I'm telling you, listen, Rand. I always joke on my channel. They're like, Dirt, man, you always crying about last generation. You guys need to realize I started my channel consistently in 2017. It's a super small YouTuber. Trying to be a pro Xbox channel in 2017 was very difficult. And Rand is here, who was obviously a much bigger YouTuber than I ever was. He can tell you how difficult it was being a pro Xbox channel in those years. He can tell you.
It's rough, man.
Yeah.
It was rough. I mean, people are definitely like, oh, man, yeah, because like you were just sitting there like, don't worry, it'll all get better at some point. And Sony's just like, here's what was Sony's 20 like Days Gone and Death Stranding, and Xbox had Crackdown 3 and Gears 5, and it was just like, all right, wait till next gen. Oh, we bought some studios, and it's just like, and then they bought Bethesda and was like, okay. We finally have some stuff now, So
I'm with you, brother.
Well,
Absolutely.
not quite yet, though. We're still waiting.
Yeah, we still waiting a little bit. We still waiting, but it's getting better though. You know, they've shown a roadmap. It's getting better.
I remember you had DM'd me not that long ago when you told me you watched one of my old videos when Phil got promoted to the big boy table, and you were like, we watched this video, and it was like, man, what you were saying turned out to be like 100% correct.
Yeah.
So I rewatched it too, and I was like, damn, my old videos suck.
That's the first thing you noticed.
I hate listening back to myself. I don't know if anybody else
Everyone
hates
has that.
Yeah, it's
I
like
hate my voice.
yeah, you hear your voice and you're like, man, why do people listen to me? Like, oh my god.
It's funny stuff. But yeah, but I remember DMing you because I don't know, I just ran into that video or something. It popped up. I think I was watching something PhilSpencer related, and your video popped up. I said, "Oh, let me watch this." Damn, Rand was right on point. That was in October
2017.
2017.
Yeah, it was 2017.
That's when the tables turns. I turned as soon as that promotion came. I moved up to the seat, and a certain individual went. We seen the change happening, and that was the best thing for Xbox, to be honest. Otherwise, I don't know about Xbox guys. If you were imagine Xbox without them
Sean be
studios.
a PlayStation guy now or a Nintendo guy.
I'll be a PC dude before I go to them pieces of shit consoles. Come on, Rand.
Hey, what's up, Mav? How you doing, man? Hey, Suicide Kings with the $5. We need console community battles. Dirt versus Moriarty. Shit, hell no. He ain't gonna do me like you did, Salty. Shit. Hell no. Cage match. Dirt, you want that smoke? No. Moriarty would not do me like the way he did Salty. Hell
He's
no.
a smart dude. Yeah.
You think I would invite him on my platform? The hell that I am.
Oh, man.
I'm not much of a debater, and I'm not dumb enough to bring that guy on my platform. Hey, yo, say, Dirt, are you gonna bring Kyler Moriarty on your platform?
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Hell no. I ain't gonna be off of Twitter getting roasted like Salty was. Shit.
Yeah, you know what's funny about that? I won't bring up the names yet, but like guys like that like to talk that shit, call them on your on the channel platform. When they get their ass roasted, they delete that shit.
Yeah.
Come on, man, be a man and keep that shit up.
Yeah. You know,
You're talking that shit, stick by it.
Nobody's 100%. So, all right, guys, let's move on so we can get out of here. Hey, so David Jaffe tweeted something today regarding God of War. He said, remember that Sony insider pal who said God of War Ragnarok was 2022, was still on? Well, another Sony insider pal texted me today saying it's no longer locked in and the release date is to be determined. He said maybe 2022, maybe not. So, but like Jason Schreier said, it's definitely 2022.
Well, actually, Jason Schreier was like, at the end of the article, he's like, I don't know, maybe it still is. Who knows about game?
He did say that. You're right. Yeah, he did say that. You're right.
We will be talking that shit.
From now on, I don't believe nobody. Just a snitch.
Except, hey, Jeff Grubb. That's one guy I believe. So Persona 3, 4, and 5 is also coming to PlayStation 5 and Steam, but are they in Game Pass on PlayStation 5 and Steam? The answer is no. No, but it's cool to see the Persona games going to Game Pass. I'll actually give them a try.
Yeah.
Now, do you think Persona 6 will come then, like more launch with the Xbox whenever they do make it?
100%.
I think it's gonna be similar to the
Yakuza.
Yeah, once Yakuza came into the Game Pass, and then they showed like a dragon,
and then
Judgment came right away.
Judgment, Ryan, have you ever played the Judgment games?
No. I mean, I have them. I've never played them.
If you're not, the Yakuza games are great. You know, one or two a bit slower than others. Yakuza 0 is really deep with the story, but if you don't want to play that series, the spin-off Judgment is good. It's really good games. Both of them games are really good.
I actually finished the first one.
You like it because it's slightly different, and it's not like a massive open world game.
Story.
It's like just a nice hub city, and just great. It's just a great story, and the fighting mechanics in Lost Judgment.
I still gotta play that, Sean.
Yeah, you still need to play that game. Also, the fighting in that's the best fighting game I've played. Straight up, Lost Judgment. The fighting mechanics.
But you love Shenmue also, Sean. So
yeah, but Shenmue was come on, play.
All right, let's move on, Sean. The Last of Us multiplayer reportedly is very, very live servicey. not a return to factions.
Oh man, we're doing a GTA.
It's gonna be a battle royale, man.
It's gonna be a GT situation. Watch.
Hey, look, that's not a bad formula to try to copy because that shit is making money. So yeah. So the creative director of Marvel's Marvel's Midnight Suns told VGC that including Spider-Man in the Xbox version was no problem, despite the character being PlayStation exclusive in the Avengers. Interesting.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Sony probably signed that Marvel thing because they thought Marvel Avengers was going to be massive, and then it ended up being like a turd.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so it's just like people thought like the character itself was like could only be on PlayStation. It's like, huh?
That's not the case.
That's not the case. Did you just see? I guess the trailer for Fall Guys leaked where it's a Halo crossover.
I didn't see that. No.
Really?
It's on Twitter right now. Yeah.
Okay.
So Halo cosmetics in Fall Guys.
Oh wow.
You can be like Master Chief for the Arbiter or
It's
something.
a fun game. I don't know if you played it, but it's a fun game.
Nice.
I played it a little bit on the PS4.
Yeah, it's a fun game, definitely.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to play it when it comes out. Okay, got a few more topics. So like, what do you guys think about that game Routine? Who has the background noise? Is that you, Joy? Yeah, that was you. That game cool. Routine. That game looks amazing, right?
Yeah, it's a cool looking game.
Yeah, I said, damn, what is that? And they said, oh,
Dirt. I'm a sucker for sci-fi. So
nice.
that's like 80s. That's like sci-fi imagined, like what it would be like in the 80s. Like kind of like Alien. You know what I mean? Like how like Alien had that certain vision.
Game Fest, that game.
Yes, that game was at Summer Games Fest.
It was. Yeah. It looked really good.
That's why I'm really interested in Starfield, running with the sci-fi. Like a movie like Interstellar is one of my favorites.
I've never seen that, by the way.
Bro, incredible! You gotta watch it in IMAX. Though,
I'll watch it. Well, I can't watch IMAX now.
Yeah, it's incredible. Have you ever seen that movie, Rand?
What movie? Oh yeah, Interstellar. Love it. Love that movie.
Incredible. I watched that 3 times in cinemas. So that's why I'm really looking forward to Starfield. I really hope we can.
Yeah, but Bethesda sucks now, and Starfield's just No Man's Sky. So
your IGN, they knew what they were doing.
It looked a little bit to me like the Outer Worlds, but that's just me.
Why your mic just went to shit all of a sudden, Joey?
My bad. I had an.
Oh, okay. You sound.
Yeah, my bad. I had don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. Well, just mute yourself, you POS. For the first time, excuse me. For the first time, this might be old news now. Yeah, it is old news. I'm sorry. But I'll say it again anyway. For the first time, for the first time, the Xbox Series X and S has sold 10,000 units in a single week in Japan.
Woo! Pop the champagne.
Yeah.
They're making moves over there, man.
Yo, do you know what's funny? When Xbox beat PlayStation for that 1 week and that, these guys were crying.
Yeah,
look,
man.
Xbox is compared to the Xbox One generation, it's doing so much better. So they're making some moves over there. It's not the biggest moves, but I think xCloud will be the bigger move for them when it comes to Asia.
Sean, with no games, they're doing pretty decent. I mean, in Japan for them. So G Stealth, what's up, bro? With the $5, all the things you guys talking about. Show me the homie for Menace Society.
Oh,
hey
shit.
man, I gotta, it has to be in the right context. Okay, I gotta write me in context. All right, I'm gonna try to sneak them in.
I'll set it up somehow.
Yeah. So there was also some big Xbox news last week before the whole Xbox Bethesda showcase started. The partnership with Samsung and Xbox with the cloud streaming games, from your TV, directly from your TV. I believe the TVs are starting this year, right? The TV starting this year.
Yeah. Samsung, the Samsung 2022 models end of this month, I believe.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Hey, let me ask you this, Rand. Is there ever times where you actually try a game in cloud on your console?
I've not tried the cloud at all.
Okay. It's actually pretty decent on console. The resolution takes a dip, obviously, because I have my Series X in the basement and my Series S upstairs in the family room. And the other day I tried Trek to Yomi upstairs on my S, and of course it just brought my saves over, and it ran fine. So, no, I
It's a
think that's great.
bonus. It's definitely a bonus. It's
yeah.
not like Stadia where you have to rely on that shit. At least it's an option. It's a nice
Stadia.
bonus. It's a nice perk when it comes to cloud. And
Yeah.
like I've been on the go, when I have to go somewhere out of the country and that. Played, half an hour here. I played like the last game I played properly on it was Tunic, and that was a great experience, and that it was working very well.
Yep, just it. All right, guys. Series is just a couple more topics. There's only 10
Cloud
minutes
is
left.
on.
We out here. Hey, Joey, don't start it. So Matt Booty, let me say this right quick. Matt Booty, he said some things about the Activision Blizzard acquisition. He said games with big communities across multiple platforms won't be broken apart. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Expect select brand new titles to be exclusive. Some of those guys ran with the word select. What does that mean? I don't feel like dealing with this shit again. Microsoft wants to add as many Activision Blizzard's titles as to Game Pass as soon as possible. So what do you guys think about that? I know you talk about this, for like the last week, but
I'll let Rand go on this because we haven't heard his take on it.
It's they didn't really say anything different than what they've said before. I mean, it's almost kind of the same about what they said about Bethesda, about like not wanting to rip communities apart or existing games and shit with legacy. So, I mean, I think you can trust them to, like, when they said Call of Duty, they haven't, I think Call of Duty remains multi-platform forever. I think that's just like, that's a done deal. Overwatch is going to come out before the deal's closed. That's probably multi-platform. Diablo as well. But I think anything new that comes out from them is going to be exclusive. So like Blizzard's, like anything from Blizzard, like their new survival game, I think that'll be exclusive. Like a new Crash or like any of this stuff, that'll be exclusive.
Yeah.
There's a rumor going around from a job listing that I think Infinity Ward, or maybe it was like hiring for like a open world open world RPG or something.
Yeah, open world RPG. Even like with Mikey Barra as well, he announced that game as well before. And they got some games in development as well. And what I'm looking forward to this once the deal is done, like Toys for Bob and these other studios as well, not being support studios for Call of Duty, because Crash Bandicoot it was a fantastic
Thor
game.
was amazing. That's
yeah,
right.
number 4, and a great platform. And I would love to see some of this team make something they love, not just being a support team. So I hopefully they can change that, because we know it's going on a 2-year dev cycle when the next Call of Duty comes out. So I'm hoping some of these studios can do what they want to make a brand new IP, or maybe dip into the old IPs. I know a lot of people asking for True Crimes. That would be amazing to see that to come back.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Hey, just remaster it first. You know what I'm saying? That'd be dope just to remaster those games. Okay, guys. So, Modern Warfare 2, since we're talking about Activision Blizzard, PS4 and Xbox One versions won't be available for less than $70. What kind of shit is that, man? That ain't right.
It doesn't make a difference when it comes to them games. Let's be honest, guys. What's gonna sell?
Yeah, it's gonna sell. You're absolutely right. All right, last topic. Then we get out of here. Battlefield 2042 is reportedly in abandoned ship mode.
Damn.
That game, I remember E3 2021. I was like, yo, that game looks amazing. That footage they showed, that game looks amazing. Then fast forward to when that beta dropped, I remember vividly Sean and I were playing it. Like, this is dog shit. What is this game is trash. Then we just put it down, and next thing you know, it released and all hell broke loose. So that's sad about that game, because I think DICE is a talented studio.
They are. It's just
it just didn't work.
They're not given enough time. They got to hit the deadlines. Instead of that game being delayed and given the time it needed, it's like, nope, got to come out. We need it out now. And
yeah,
it's like there was that point in time, like during the 360 era, where like I felt DICE could have competed with Call of Duty, and they sort of did, and it was just, all right. And then they kind of just, I don't know, man, they died like Battlefield 5, and then
I remember when they showed Battlefield 3. That
incredible.
If you look at that demo right now,
looked
you're
incredible.
gonna be a whole. And the campaign of that game was amazing. I don't know what happened into 4 and 5, and then afterwards, but they were close to Call of Duty for real.
There was that great. It was like, it was such a great time to be a Battlefield fan. It was like Battlefield Bad Company, Battlefield Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, right?
Mm-hmm. War was good, yeah.
And Battlefield 1 was really good, and then it just kind of went all downhill from there. Battlefield 2042 is just a disaster. I think Vince is in charge of it now from Respawn.
Oh,
Vince
And
is, doing
that's
a
the
great
man,
job.
though. He
Yeah,
the man.
so like hopefully, hopefully he can fix the ship. They got a lot of issues, so
That's the thing, like, I remember when, I think it was one of the showcases, I said about Call of Duty as well, one god, I said, out of all of them games, Halo will be the most polished when it comes out, because they got that 1 year delay. Battlefield and Call of Duty did not get that 1 year delay. Even, like I said, Halo's still missing content and etc., but
But the game is
it had
polished,
that,
though.
the gameplay was polished. The game it were working perfectly, but these games was having issues. And these companies did not get that delay. Halo's were
Mhm.
very fortunate, because if that game came out in 2020, who knows what state it would have been in.
Yep. I agree, man. I agree. So, all right, guys, guess what? We are
What?
done. We are done. We are about to get out of here. I want to once again thank you, the homie Randall Thor, for stopping by again. Like I told you guys earlier, I really appreciate him coming. I know a lot of people ask him to come on their shows. He has his own stuff going on. He's a busy man, but he decided to stop by for us again, and I appreciate you, bro. I know everybody already know where to find you.
Yeah.
But,
This is a busy week for me, Dirt. I got to do another 3 more podcasts this week.
oof.
And 2 other people asked me to come on, and I'm like, listen, I already am scheduled for a show on this day and this day. And I was just like, so I got to do Fame's show on Wednesday, and then
Right.
I got to do my own show again on Friday. That's gonna be
Right.
fun. And then Iron Lords, I think, on Sunday. So
Oh yeah.
it never ends. It never ends, Dirt.
You
It's
demand
just
Yeah,
that.
man,
You
you're
demand
constant,
the
man.
man,
you know?
Man,
I'll
the
be honest
man.
with you, because you're like one of the OGs as well. And like you're a real Xbox guy as well. You're not one of them fake guys who's just gonna go with the views and clicks and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
if I cared about views and clicks, I would have made a video. Like, kind of took a
Yeah.
break from YouTube and for 3 months.
And that's what
Yeah.
it is. And like I said, it's like I said, when it comes to E3, the game showcase weeks and all that, especially like this week, everybody's booked for like the week. It is crazy.
Rand, like what he just said, I don't think you call what he just said. He said if he was all about the money, he wouldn't have stopped doing videos for 3 months. So I noticed it because I actually watched his video, so I noticed the shit. I was damn, man, like where Rand at?
Reading books, that's what.
Well, I
it is.
was reading book, but I just was burnt out, man. I just didn't
happens.
want to make the stuff anymore.
Yeah.
But I could have, and it was just easily just would have been like factory, just pump out videos just to get views and money. But it didn't feel like it. That's not that what's important to me. So
By the way, you're liking that Circle of Time series? You're liking it or not?
the TV show or the
Yeah,
books?
the TV show.
I'd probably give the TV show like a 6.
Damn, because I know you really like those books.
Oh yeah, they're my favorite books like ever. So I was really excited for the show, and then there are a lot of aspects of the show I do not like because they're changing it. They're changing it. Like I don't know, these people that do make these shows think they can do the story better than the people that can write them, or the people that originally wrote them. It's like, no, you can't. You know what I mean? Like,
Halo.
yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, Sean, I watched that first episode of The Boys. Oh my god,
Bro, that shit. That's what I tell you.
Oh my god.
I gotta start watching the boys.
Yeah,
I
that's
haven't
crazy,
You know
seen
what?
man.
With the
one episode
boys,
yet.
guys, if you've never seen the boys, it's about these.
This crazy show, man.
I won't give away too many, but it's like superheroes. But the take on these superheroes is something unseen. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Unseen.
Man. It's
If you think Deadpool was that type of character, these guys are
it's
some-
crazy, bro.
man.
Anyway, thanks. So Rand's a busy man. We about to get out of here, man. Thank you guys for stopping by. Like I wanted to say before we leave, that yes, the show is over now. It's the road to the Game Awards or whatever.
Tomorrow we're doing the
That's right,
extended
damn.
show on my
Yeah.
channel tomorrow.
Oh yeah, let me know. Yeah, we're
So
doing
half
an
an hour-
extended show on Sean's channel tomorrow. It starts at 1:00, right?
1:00, so we'll go
Eastern
about
time.
20 minutes before or something.
Yeah,
half
all
an
right,
hour
we will do
before
that
that.
because I'm actually off of work tomorrow, so we'll do that. We will do that. All right, everybody, we're about to get out of here. That's the outro. Peace and love, everybody. Hey, Sean, you POS.
Kiss my ass, dirt.